What's up, Mavericks? The new Helcim card reader is here, and it's completely different from what you might expect from a card reader. This device has a 4-inch color touchscreen, supports fee saver to pass processing costs to customers, and stays connected without the headaches of Bluetooth. Today we're unboxing it and getting our first look at how it stacks up against its competitors. Let's dive right in. All right, first of all, packaging, I love it. I love the design. Just everything looks high quality and aesthetically pleasing. I can always appreciate a company that spends time making sure that the packaging is great. It means that they care about quality and likely transfer that same line of thinking to the product inside of the package. Now, the one thing that stands out to me on the box is that it says it has built-in Wi-Fi and a 4G connection, which is great. That means that you're always going to be connected to the internet so you can process transactions without being offline. All right, now let's get into this bad boy and see what's inside. First up, I have this welcome card, a couple of stickers that you can put in your shop door or on your counter to let everyone know that you accept Visa, MasterCard, Amex, GPay, Apple Pay, all of the usual suspects. Up next, I have the card reader on the top. I'm gonna put this aside for a second so I can get to the rest of the box. Inside here, battery, charging cable. Looks like a high quality cable that's durable and will probably last long. The SIM card for the 4G connection and a wall charger. Everything looks high quality, well organized, all of the basics that we need to get started. All right, now let's move on to the card reader itself. First off, the thing that stands out to me is how small this thing is. It's almost, it's smaller than an iPhone, but at the same time, it feels very sturdy, it's compact, it feels strong. I wouldn't want to drop this thing, but I also feel like it's durable enough to withstand a tough environment or a long shift at a restaurant or whatnot. I really appreciate the size, and I think from both the perspective of being the one that is using this and being on the customer end, just having a smaller, lightweight device is much more convenient than those big, bulky readers you might get at a restaurant. So to sum up, it's lightweight, it's portable, it's a full touchscreen, no buttons. So overall, compact, great design. At the top here, you're gonna find the charging port. At the bottom is where you insert credit cards if you don't use the tap to pay. And on the back side here is the battery port, which I'm going to add the battery now and the SIM card so I can get started. All right, battery and SIM card are in. Let's fire it up to get it started. Power button is on this left side here. Okay, we're on the welcome screen now. I'm gonna click continue to get started. I've created a demo account for this unboxing so I can log in and set up the features for us. But again, I love the full touchscreen. I love that it's compact and sleek. Again, it looks like a good middle ground between a more basic square reader or a more heavy duty terminal like the Clover Flex. This feels like a good in between. All right, let me go ahead and log into my account. All right, now that I'm logged in, it's gonna walk me through the process of configuring my device. It's asking for my device nickname. I can set up a PIN number. Now it's asking me if I want to sync all of my devices. If I have multiple Helcim devices, then I can sync them all together so they have the same data and the same account. Now on this step, it wants me to connect the card reader to the point of sale app on my phone. All right, now that the reader is connected to the point of sale app on my phone, a lot of the configuration happens inside of the point of sale app on your iPhone or iPad. And once all of that's set up, you're pretty much ready to take this out into the field and start accepting transactions. And like I said earlier, you can accept all forms of payment with this device. It has built-in NFC, so you can accept all tap-to-pay payments. You can also use chip and PIN. You can accept Apple Pay, Google Pay, and all major credit and debit cards. What it doesn't accept is swiped credit cards, which actually is the least secure way of accepting credit cards anyway. So it's far preferable that if you have a physical card to be accepting chip and PIN. The interface is very intuitive both on setup and on the customer side. Customers can easily see their total, select a tip, and complete their payment very quickly. And once again, this is Wi-Fi compatible with built-in mobile data. Unless you're in a place with absolutely zero cellular reception, you'll never have to worry about being offline. The device is also Helcim fee saver compatible, which means that you can essentially pass all of your credit card processing fees on to your customers if that is something that you would want to do. And you can imagine that's a huge cost saving feature for you as a business owner. And as I mentioned before, this integrates with the point of sale app on your phone, your desktop, your laptop. So you're integrated into the full Helcim ecosystem, everything from point of sale to invoices and inventory, and it has a long-lasting battery for a full day shift. All right, now I'm gonna run a test transaction just to see how it feels from a user experience perspective to be on the customer side. So let's imagine you go back to your point of sale or you have your app or whatever, and you want to charge a transaction. I'm gonna use a penny for this transaction. You hit review, and then you can hit charge here. Once I hit charge, it's gonna send that to the device, and now the device is ready to accept the 1 cent transaction. So you hand the device to your customer, they get their credit card out, insert their credit card here, it says processing, transaction successful. And as the customer, I can now get a text receipt or an email receipt, and that's it, nice and quick. Again, incredibly easy to hold this as a customer or as an employee that's using this device. I can just picture this working really well in situations where either you're on the go in a food truck, or you're a marketing vendor, or a professional office like a clinic, a salon, or as a consultant, maybe you're on the go constantly, or a traditional coffee shop with just a retail counter and this card reader sitting on it. And although most of the functionality is handled by the point of sale app on your phone or iPad or countertop point of sale, the value of this device is that you're still able to hand it to your customer, give them the opportunity to input their credit card or scan it or pay with Apple Pay or GPay, and then tip you and choose what type of receipt they want. Now this thing is $199, which is very in line with the cost of card readers on the market. The basic card readers are going to be cheaper than this, but the bigger smart terminals are going to be more expensive. This is a very good middle ground for a lightweight but durable full touchscreen card reader with built-in mobile connectivity and Wi-Fi, an all-day battery, and integration with the full Helcim ecosystem. And I honestly don't have any recommendations for how they can improve this device. I know the purpose that it's trying to serve, and I feel like it's serving that purpose very well. I wouldn't expect this to have all of the functionality of a larger terminal. So overall, I highly recommend it. I think it's best for small businesses, mobile vendors like food trucks and swap meets or marketplaces. Definitely great for service professionals that are on the go, that are out in the field. But if you're looking for heavy functionality built into the device itself, like inventory tracking, all the POS features that you actually get in the mobile app, then I wouldn't recommend this device. I would probably get a bigger terminal that has all of that functionality built in. So all right, that's the unboxing of the Helcim card reader. This is a solid modern device with a touchscreen that actually feels good to use, network connectivity that keeps you online, and fee saver to help you keep more of what you earn. If you want to learn more about processing with Helcim, check out our full review that's linked in our description. With Helcim, you get transparent interchange plus pricing, no monthly fees, and access to one of the best support teams in the payments game. If you're ready to get started, be sure to click the link in our description to sign up. Unboxing's just the start. Now let's see if Helcim can keep up with your hustle. Thanks for watching, Mavericks. I'll see you in the next video.